equal mc square.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to our Physics Society show, The Law of Conversation. We're very happy to have you here. So, as you guys might know, David sir has been part of NBS for maybe 2 years, and he teaches chemistry mostly for high school students. So let's get this started. So I'd like to ask you, you're my teacher.
Yes.
So what do you like most about teaching high school students?
Okay, that's a good question. In MPS school, I see passion in my students. The pursuit, in the pursuit of excellence, of the results. But what's more important is ambitions and passions on the subjects. To explore more than the content of the subjects. You know what I'm talking about? It's the investigation part.
Right.
To the extra mile that you have to make for yourself. That's part of IB as well. In fact, there are so many high school modules out there, okay? But IB is the most exciting one because as an educator of IB school, I must be the one to take the initiative, to take that one extra mile ahead of my student, okay? As an example there, my student, hopefully they can follow me, and then everyone make up extra mile, so we can drop all of the syllabus and explore something more interesting,
Right.
in the upper levels, okay, deeper thinkings.
Right.
And that's the most important thing to me because as an educator, my job is not only to deliver the knowledge to all of you, because our modern human civilizations, modern science, they have been accumulating knowledge for 500, 600 years of time. The knowledge you can find is deeper than the sea,
Right.
And at high school, even in IB, those knowledge in the syllabus is only on the surface of the ocean. You want to dive deeper into it? Find some treasures. Make a big discovery from the sea of knowledge. Then you must be the one take initiative. Find your directions. And all the study you do it yourself. Okay? And IB is the perfect, from my point of view, IB is a perfect opportunity for pre-college course, okay? That will ready all the high school students for their future endeavors.
Right.
Especially if you want to be a
Right.
researcher in the future. Okay?
So do you think like specifically teaching high school students is it's better for you, or like do you just love teaching in general, or?
I love teaching,
Right.
and I've become teacher for about 8 years of time already. Right after my graduation from AUS.
Right.
Okay. To be honest with you, I have been tutoring some of my friends. Some of my uncle aunties, their children as well. Some of them from primary school.
Right.
For example, I tutored one student from China. I helped her with her PSLE exam long time ago. Okay, that's long time ago. Okay, because as a friend, I must lend my hand. Okay, I've taught secondary school students as well. Also, of course, I've also been teaching. I've been teaching high school students for many years. In general, I think I love teaching students from all different ages.
Right.
Okay, because from my point of view, I think to help my students, to make them improve, to make them enjoy the class, I think it's natural for me.
Right.
It's natural for me. Yeah, and I think it's natural for students to follow me and learn. Okay?
Right.
It's good for me. I feel good for it. Okay, I feel good for it. But in terms of high school, I think high school is the most thrilling experience of teaching because, in my eyes, all my high school students, you are in the process of incubations. You know incubations.
Yeah.
Okay, a little seed start to thrive at your middle school.
Right.
But can it grow into a big tree as a deep root into the ground, as a big leaves that absorb the light? Okay, high school is the critical moment. It's the incubation moment. Okay. Hey, to be honest with you, when I was in my high school, a lot of people in the real world, now you're 18 years old, you're at high school right now. Okay. 20 years later, if you look back, you will note that it is right in this moment you determine what will drive your future. Is it for the matter what? Or for a higher pursuit? Matter what, meaning Study for what? Study for fame, for fortune, for the benefit. Or now is the moment you can make decision whether you study for knowledge, for exploration. Simply discover more from the realm of unknown. Okay, this is a personal choice, and everyone has their freedom to make it. And based on my personal experience, most of my friends, my peers, they made a decision right now at high school. You want to study for your fortune, or you want to study for a bigger good, a bigger benefit of the community by making more knowledge. Okay, so that's part of the reason why I call high school an incubation period. Okay, you will make your decisions, but that decision will guide you. Okay,
Okay.
it will guide you, and I believe no matter how mature my students are, sooner or later you will make your own decisions. Okay, maybe right after IB, maybe right now within the IB period. Okay, you will stop following other people and follow your own mind. Okay. So it's very important. It's very important. I'm not saying that studying for your own benefit is not good. It's good. We are living in a free society, right? You can do that, but
You have to make the decision.
yeah, but we are not. You have to make the decision. Okay. If you want to study for the better good, then you have to aim to be a researcher in the future.
Right.
Meaning you have to plan for a long term.
Yeah.
Yes. So for example, if you want to be a researcher for chemistry, then simply graduate from undergraduate from a degree module is way not enough. Okay, because the knowledge of chemistry is so deep. Unless you finish your PhD, you can hardly learn any essence of
The subject.
of the modern chemistry. Okay, modern chemistry. So you have to make your decision early. That's my point.
Right.
And those who made up their mind early, make their personal choice early, they will benefit a lot from it.
Okay.
Okay? They will live a happier life. That's the direct consequence.
Right.
Yes.
So in this incubation period of high school,
Yes.
do you think that the IB curriculum is detailed and vast enough to prepare students with knowledge of chemistry and physics? Like, do you think it's vast and deep? Yes. Do you think it's enough?
Okay. In terms of vastness,
Right.
the moment you make your IB choices of modules, it's narrowed down already. Do you agree?
Right.
And depending on the choice of your modules, subjects,
Right.
you can pick what human science, you can pick natural science, you can pick computer science. The three different divisions already. Okay? That's part of growing and part of adult life. Finally, we all specialize in what we are good at. Genius in history like Da Vinci, you know, he's a
Yeah,
genius, he
yeah.
know everything, right?
Right.
That can hardly happen anymore in the modern world
Right.
because we have so much knowledge. You are taking TUK right now.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Human beings have accumulated so much knowledge. It's impossible for you to learn everything. So we have to. So I want to talk about the depth, how deep the knowledge are to prepare you for your specialization in the
Yeah.
future. Okay, for example, chemistry. Right? I'm teaching chemistry. I know chemistry the best, I think. Maybe I'm not the most experienced teacher, but I've been teaching it for 8 years already.
Right.
Okay, so I can see that IB chemistry is a well-tailored course
Okay.
that is not super difficult and challenging. In terms of the difficulty of the questions, IB question is not the hardest. I'm not saying it's easy, okay? It's not the hardest, okay? You should check A-level questions, A-level chemistry. Have you ever heard of AP chemistry before?
Yeah.
That's American model.
Yeah.
So you can look at their chemistry questions. That's really hard, okay? But the feature of IB chemistry is that we will introduce opportunity of explorations and investigations early on in the module. Okay, that is what other courses doesn't. They don't do it. Okay,
Right.
they only teach you knowledge, exam knowledge, practice, questions. They train your ability to solve problems on paper, but not in the real world.
Okay.
So what IB does is that we give you the opportunity to train yourself.
So it gives you the practical knowledge.
Yeah, the practical knowledge. That's exactly what we are doing now,
Right.
right? We start giving you practicals in the lab.
Right.
But that's not the end. Okay, for example, in my class, I ask my student to submit experimental report
Yeah. Lab report.
as a lab report as
Right.
part of your assessment.
Right.
But that's only the beginning. Okay, in the end, not long from now, I expect all of you, my chem students, to give me your investigation topics.
Yeah.
Then we can start working on the procedures and then make them happen in the lab early on. in the module, not until IB2. IB1 we're going to start on it. Why? Because you need time to grow in the real practicals. Okay? In the real research, it's not only design the procedures and do them. It's about collecting the data and analyze the data early on to see what went wrong, what went well. If it went well, you can continue to work on your strength. If something went wrong, your data trend doesn't fit what you predicted, then what should we do? There's no need to overthrow 100% what you have done. Okay? You just need to make the necessary corrections to the experimental procedures. So-called fine-tuning your procedures until it's working. But that's the most basic idea of scientific research.